Hello, it's been a while since I've done a long format video, and this is kind of an interesting one because it's mostly going to be this screen grab of looking at Guitar Pro 7. And I have been working and trying to record these songs and kind of fix up things or make songs a little bit more interesting, and hit a bit of a snag just in liking what I've been doing, only because when I write, and part of the reason I have Guitar Pro 7, and maybe I'll change in the future on how I do things, is I write a guitar part, at least for the most new stuff, because actually I go here to the opening song, Immortal.exe, and I did not write this the way that I did everything else. I actually would write the guitar and then play something next to it, and then I thought, well, once I got this, maybe it'll be easier if I write like the main idea, like here in The Fallen Saint. I wrote this part first, then kind of like put it in here to kind of, get the idea, and then this secondary part, I kind of have an idea in that, but I wrote, or kind of did in here, and then I had to learn to play it on guitar myself. And that's part of the issue too, is you're learning multiple guitar parts and you kind of go back to one of the old ways, and it's just really learning all the guitar parts and wanting to do that because it's like, all right, I have the one part down, now I have to learn this other part. Can I just get somebody else to do it? And yeah, I could, but I kind of I don't know, because even in like Gathering Magic, it's meant to have these dueling guitar solos. It's kind of written to be a guitar solo driven song, just because I felt like some of the songs didn't have enough solos in them. I wanted more, and I did add, that was part of the thing, not like super long solo, like an example in War Goes On. If you listen to the demo, after the first chorus, it just kind of goes right back into that verse. But now where should I start it at? Let's start it, where's the bam? All right, here. So if you ever go back and listen to the demo playlist, you'll that's new. Some of the stuff I want to give all the tricks and trades away from this, what I changed, because some of the things right now are a little bit kind of like, I don't know, not seamless, I guess would be the right word. I want a little bit more seamless change when it comes to the transitions. Sorry, I'm doing this all in one take. Technically this is another take, but I'm not editing or taking everything, kind of editing. I do want to do that in the future, just because I think that would clean the videos up. And in the last video, I said, I'll be back with more guitar. Luckily, I've done the shorts. I played guitar in the shorts, and I want to make the shorts better too, where I'm actually not hearing the string noise or anything like that. And the last short I may do the acoustic version of what I played, and then eventually I might transpose that over to the other guitar, because part of the things in what I talked about in another take, which I'm not going to use because, well, actually it didn't record right, so that was annoying. But one of the things I was saying in that was, I think another part of the frustration is, this is almost like an era of a way I was writing before. And obviously some of the new ways when I'm coming in and revamping, it kind of will show some transition of the stuff that I'm writing now. But I feel like the newer stuff that I have, kind of like the riffs I've been writing and the ideas, are a little bit heavier than what this is. And I'm going to try and, of course, make this as heavy as I can. But I've thrown the ideas of maybe tuning this down. But I feel like with the demos and how they sound, I kind of am used to the key that it's in, and that change would be weird for me. So I'm keeping it as is, the original idea was beginner guitarists mostly are going to be in standard, and I would get annoyed when I was new at the guitar at having to change tunings and having to do different things to sound like an album. And I was like, well, can't I just keep it simple for people that if they want to learn my songs, it's an E standard, and it's how Metallica was, it's how Opeth was. There are some other death metal bands that tune the standard, especially back in the day, or E flat, which that's another thing. Won't go too deep into that because I don't want to ramble on forever. But everything on this is in standard tuning, and the one song that's not in standard tuning isn't going to be with these songs. And in a way, sometimes having that change is good because it's just all of a sudden it adds some dynamics. And even with these songs, to not be boring, you do want to add some dynamics. So some things that I've done was the format of how a song is. I try to have more than one, or if not multiple, ways that these songs are, and they're kind of based off of things, so I can maybe end it this way. And I'm hoping really that this will just inspire me to get done quicker, because I thought I would be done by now. Here we are in March, and I am not closer. Well, I'm always getting closer because I am doing the work, but I would have loved to have everything recorded and start to just independently release this stuff by now. So we have Immortal.exe, which is kind of an In Flames inspired song. Obviously in standard though. I added some changes to here from the demo, and that's kind of a verse, chorus, interlude, solo, verse, chorus. And I wanted to, because there's 3 different verses, rather than be repetitive in the verses, I wanted to, that was my big thing in listening to the demo, because I listened to everything again and was just trying to think of what could I change on these songs. Sorry, I had something come up. I don't want to use that. So, boop, go back here. So I added some harmonies as the verse goes on. There might be some different things I do to the chorus as well, because the chorus isn't actually meant to be a catchy chorus. It's just meant to be heavy. The song is meant to be a heavy song. When it gets to that, actually, it's almost even in the style of like an old Ozzy Black Sabbath, where the chorus basically just kind of goes along with in a shouting way, goes along with that. Da, 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 da. Oh, here, we'll just play it. Might as well. I mean, so that's basically the vocals. The vocals are just going to follow that, because it's not meant to be too crazy. It's meant to be pretty simple, where we kind of break away. Well, actually kind of even follows the same thing. All right, so they're, at least at that part. Then obviously it'll change as we go into different parts. This was kind of an Opeth inspired one. I'm trying to think of how many, because I don't want the vocals really to be too intertwined with the music. I want the vocal melody to kind of stand out a little bit. I'm going to have to look at how many vocals kind of go along with the with the guitar part, because I don't want to do that much. But now I'm realizing back to back we got 2 with the chorus that does that. The vocal line right now, I'm kind of playing with. I have lyrics, but the vocal line is, I'm trying to not follow the verse, the little doot 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 part. So I'll see what I'll do there. I have lyrics, and obviously I'm going to play along or play around with the vocal line. There are no vocals in this. This is just like an acoustic thing, and then I've done some experimenting with the 2 times that I've done it with solos with electric guitar. Maybe I'll see how this final actual true last version of this goes, because the experiment thing that I did in the second time that I did it, because they're both in the demo part, I wasn't 100% satisfied with it. So obviously that's why I'm going back and doing it again, changing tones, and not to say be experimental, but I won't put it out. The other time it was like, oh, I did it. Here, this is what it is. You can hear it for yourself. I said how Gathering Magic was written to kind of do solos, but it kind of sounds Megadeth-y to me in the beginning, then kind of goes into this Opeth part, and then has like that thrash part too, which is kind of Slayer-ish. And then it was an excuse to just do some solos, which I will. I kind of have the idea how I played them. I'll see how much I change there. This was actually one of the first full songs I ever wrote. Actually, Divide Us and War Goes On, the ones that are coming next, are probably the first full songs. But I wrote this part, the thing, thinking I wasn't going to use it because it didn't sound what I wanted, but someone liked it that was in a band that I was writing at a time, and I built the rest around it. And there that goes. War Goes On. I added some parts to, and still kind of have an interlude I'm trying to work with. Chasing Fantasy. I don't know what that sounds like in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously the beginning kind of had an In Flames, but it was Lydian, and I don't know, kind of went more proggy as it went around, or as I expanded on it, and I ended up liking it. I think even the demo is pretty cool. I just want to kind of have it more in line with what everything else is going to sound like. This was an old riff that I wrote inspired by another band. I actually wrote the A minor to C major, which is very common, and then somehow I threw in this B flat 6 11 chord going into F flat 7, and that ended up working with that, and then kind of changing from a C major A minor to kind of being a little bit more interesting, and then I built off of that, which was pretty cool. And that was probably, that's the first video I ever put on YouTube, the first demo. So to redo it and kind of revisit it, because there's definitely some parts that need to be cleaned up there that aren't perfect and need to be played better. So I'm going to do that. So it'll be a new version of that song. This isn't a demo, but it's always been something that I've had. I had the verse, the lyrics, everything kind of written. It was always just like where to go from the verse part. And finally I came up with some stuff for that. I made some changes for them. This is also another song that I had for a long time, where I had two parts that when I was kind of recording would always go back to back. And that's how I built that. So I've changed the intro a little bit, adding some things, making that a little bit more dynamic, cleaning some things up. That'll sound cool. I did in another, but this is going too long. So I was going to play some stuff, and I said in the last video how I would play guitar. I do plan on doing that, being a little bit more, but this is just to get something out there. I'll see how long this went. Hopefully people stuck to the end. If you're still liking the stuff, I'll keep doing shorts. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you do have any ideas, feel free to let me know. Someone did let me know one time on Instagram, which was cool. I liked it. It just kind of, the feedback. It's not that I don't take it, or, it actually did. I did take it a little bit, but, sometimes too, people are going in directions that, I'll listen to it and hear you out. And that's fine. I like constructive criticism. It's better than just saying you suck or, whatever. But I'll take that too. If it's a comment, it's a comment. So have a good one. I hope to talk and have better videos coming soon.